everybody, and welcome back to more Planet Coaster. So we're back here in the Sandbox world, and I've not really done a great deal since, or anything really since the last episode, except for really just kind of sit here and really proudly watch people walk across this crossing. So yeah, that's about it really. I did a tiny little bit of touching up on this building here and changed a few little small insignificant things that you probably wouldn't have noticed yourself that were wrong with the build that I just kind of made while I was doing it. And yeah, so it looks pretty nice still. Haven't done any furniture up here yet, but that's something to come in the future, I think, because I do want to continue on and see if we can really make some headway on this Main Street area here. So what I've got planned for this episode is a fairly big build, the biggest one that we've done yet for this park, and I think it's going to take a little while, so I think the majority of this episode may well be a time-lapse, but hopefully you guys will enjoy it. You'll get to see, quite a lot going on in the time-lapse, so I think it should be pretty cool. I've mapped out the area just here. This is going to be the footprint of the building, I think. I haven't done any test builds or anything like that, so I'm not really sure how this is going to go. It could go terribly wrong and not work at all and look completely out of proportion, but I've had a bit of a think about it, and I think this is probably going to be about the right size in proportion to the other buildings. It's quite a tall building. It's not the tallest in New York, but it is, well, it's nowhere near the tallest in New York, to be honest with you, compared to such things like the Empire State Building or even the One World Trade Center. So, yeah, I mean, this is going to basically be a sort of replica-ish, kind of inspired by it's called the Fred F. French Building. And if you've never heard of that before, you probably haven't. And I hadn't heard of it before. I was kind of just looking around really on a map of New York and just looking out for buildings that kind of I thought would work in a Planet Coaster context. Because basically I don't want to, build buildings that are just giant boxes, because it's really hard to detail those, and it's just going to look boring as a building. So this particular building, it's a sort of red terracotta brick building for the most part. So I think, obviously we've got that on our side. We can use the fantastic, wall pieces that Planet Coaster has for that. But it's also an Art Deco style architecture. So it's got like a sort of tiered kind of, build. As it goes up towards the top, it kind of tapers off, and it's got different levels to that. So I think that adds a nice little bit of detail, and I think that'll really help us in this particular build. And like I say, it just makes it better than looking at, just a massive box. So I think it's going to look pretty cool when it's done, if I can get it to work, provided it doesn't all go terribly wrong. Unfortunately, with this building, there is one thing about it that is going to make it a little bit difficult for me, and that's because it's not symmetrical at all. Each face is different to the other, so unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to do a whole lot of copy-paste here. But again, that's one of the reasons why I want to do this building, because it's not just a boring box, and I think it'll look really, really cool when it's done. So then, without further ado, like I say, really nothing else to update you on, except for look at how cool this actually looks at night now, with the street lamps in there. I still do think we could put a little more lighting around the bottom of these buildings here. And what happened there? Does it actually skip night? Is that an option that you can turn on? I'm not sure if it is or not, but let's just switch it back to night and see again. And we'll just pause it real quick. So yeah, looks really nice, I think. Like I say, I do think we could put a bit more lighting, definitely under here as well on the ceiling. I think that's definitely something to look at. And yeah, I have done a little bit over here, but it's not, it's not too much really. Could definitely do a bit more, definitely on this corner as well. So yeah, without further ado, let's get into this. And one thing I will say as well is, I mean, depending on how this goes, I may break this episode down into a couple of different tasks. I may kind of just put this on ice for a little bit if it's taking too long, but we'll see how it goes anyway. I'm hoping to kind of blast through this and, you know, get it up all in this episode. So we'll see how it goes anyway. So I'm gonna start a time lapse now. So I'll see you guys in a few minutes time. Enjoy the build. Okay then, guys, so this is what we have so far. It's slowly starting to resemble something that I would call recognizable. I wanted to basically throw down all the walls before I kind of start putting all the windows on there, so that I can kind of see, you know, that we are actually going to be able to make the shape right. And I think I'm about getting there. As you can see, it's not a particularly simple shape to build, but I think we're getting there. I think we're definitely getting there, and I'm actually going to leave that here now because I do want to get this episode out for you today. And like I say, you know, if I carry on trying to get this building done in this episode, then I'm not going to be able to get this video out for you guys today. So I am going to leave it there in terms of this building here. It definitely looks like there's going to be some interesting maneuvers I'm going to have to pull off to kind of get rid of these white lines here. That was kind of unexpected, but it was something I actually ran into with this building down here as well. But I think we should just be able to resolve that by rotating the pieces. Yeah. So we're gonna have to do a lot of rotating there, but it's starting to take shape. I'm kind of liking the look of it at the moment, and like I said, I mean, if you want to have a look at what it's hopefully going to look like in the end, then Google the Fred F. French building, and you'll see a load of photos of it, and I think it looks pretty familiar to that, and yeah, I think it's gonna look good when it's done. We're already up to 1,222 objects, and we've not even put the windows in yet, but yeah, I think it's still gonna look cool, and my FPS is still staying pretty high, so yeah, that's okay, I guess, and we're gonna leave that building there. But what I think I will do, just to kind of finish off the episode, is I did mention in the last episode that I wanted to kind of come in here and put in a kind of a little sort of toilet area inside of this building here. So I want to see if we can kind of just work that out real quick here and see if we can do that. So let's have a look on the inside. Let's see what we've got. So I'm thinking we could kind of just put the toilets perhaps just here, and I mean, it's going to be a very small space, to be honest. It's going to be a very small space, but that's not a problem, I don't think. So I think if we kind of delete this guy here, and then we kind of go in and we get shops and facilities on the go, hit up the toilets right here, and then get a couple of these guys, and then we can kind of just slot them in there. And in terms of the floors and the walls, not actually sure at all. We can use these guys for the ceiling. That's going to be fine, I think. And then for the floors, I mean, obviously it's like an inside area, so I guess we want it to be kind of, we don't want it to be brick, I don't think. So let's have a quick look here and see what we've got on our flat roofs. And let's see. I mean, it's not going to be wood, I don't think. Not going to be this kind of stone either, I don't think. What's this one? No, definitely not. Nope. Okay, I think we shall go with... I think we'll just go with this panel. I think that'll be alright, actually. And let's see if we can get this lined up with what we've already put down. There we go. Yeah, that's nice. And let's change the colour of it just so it's a little bit darker. I think it's just a bit too bright at the moment. There we go. I think that should work okay. And for the walls, let's have a look. Okay then, guys. So I think for the walls, what we're going to do is I'm going to stick in the modern wood because I've kind of wanted to use this, but not had a chance to. So I'm going to stick this guy in just on... I think just on this side. So this is going to kind of be... Have I just placed that somewhere else as well? Yes, I have. Okay, so I'm kind of just... I'm going to stick that just on that side, I think. And that's going to be kind of like a feature wall, I guess. And then we'll just go with the... Oh, actually, I didn't see these guys before. Metal alloy wall. I mean, I guess it's different. I was going to use the panel wall to for the walls as well as the floor. But let's have a look. Let's see what they look like. I mean, I suppose they look okay, actually. I mean, it kind of suits the area just. And then let's just do that and then that. And let's bring one of these guys around the back here. Is that a different colour? Looks like it's a different colour. Let's just click on it. No, apparently it's the same colour. Okay, so I think that works just for now. I think we want to wall off this gap right here. That's something a bit weird about the toilets. There's nothing really to kind of cover up this area here very well. Not a grid snap piece anyway, like there is for the shop fronts. You see how you've got this for the shop front? Yeah, which is something that I found that we could have used really in handy on building this as well. I really wish there was a piece that was 2 meters wide, because you see how these building wall pieces, they are, you see how it says 4 meters there, so they're 4 meters high by 4 meters. Let me just zoom out so you can see this better. So you see how that's a square, so it says it's 4 meters high, so it's obviously going to be 4 meters wide as well. Now this one here, you can get these, and these are 2 meters high, so they're half the height of the one on the left. But you cannot get 2 meter wide pieces, which would be great actually, because like I say, you know, it could have really come in handy on this build here. I do think these columns here are just slightly too oversized, but I think they're still going to look okay. But like I say, a 2 meter wide piece would be ideal, and I think something like that would come in great use just here. Let's just see if this guy can fit in here. Oh, in fact, you see, this one actually works quite nice. This is grid snapped. Not many of the columns are actually grid snapped, as far as I'm aware. And this one is. So this one kind of snaps in the corner between the squares rather than on the edge. So, I mean, that could kind of go there. It doesn't look the greatest, I know, but I think it might work. Let's just see if we've got modern wood, because that could look nicer actually. Modern wood column. Ah, yes. Okay, that looks a little nicer. It's not perfect. Again, I think it sticks out far too much. But we don't have too much of a choice here, unfortunately, because this toilet block, it's actually set back slightly from the edge of this grid square. If you can see here. How can I bring up the grid now? I think the pieces are in the way, but you should be able to see here that obviously this line here is the edge of this grid square, and it's set back just very, very slightly. So that's unfortunate, because it kind of makes that look massive. But I'm going to have a play in between episodes anyway and see what I can work out here. But I think that should be okay. It's just a nice little indoor kind of, you know, toilet area. I'm definitely going to put a few bits of scenery in here just to kind of spruce it up a little bit. And looking at it now, I don't think we're going to keep this wall here. I think I'm probably going to, oh, look at this. I didn't mean to do that. But I think we'll probably change it round to this guy all the way around. I think that's probably going to look the best. So if I do that and that, like that. And then we're going to have to find out a way to... We can actually remove these guys as well now, can't we? But, yeah, I'd love to find out a way to kind of, I guess, tie in these fronts a little better. And we're going to have to look at probably a better floor as well. So, yeah, I think that's okay for now. So we've got a few little bits done here. Again, we're still playing around with the facilities and the scenery. We've not placed in any rides as of yet, but it's not a major thing. You know, we'll get round to the rides. I am really enjoying the building at the moment, so that's why I'm focusing on that. Let me know what you guys think. I'd love to hear how you think you know, the build's going and what your thoughts are on it, and if you've got any kind of ideas at all. And I've just realised need to put in a path to get in here. And one thing to note as well is, I don't know if you guys have noticed that the grid path does not work with the with connecting into facilities and things like that. You have to switch back to a normal path. And let's see if we can kind of get this guy to work here. It doesn't seem to want to connect up. They're walking round. Are they going to go in? What the hell? What is going on there? So they can actually get to it, even though you don't have to put... Even though the path doesn't connect directly into it. They can still get to it, which is great, I guess, but it does look a bit funky. But as you can see, this guy kind of connects. That connects fine, and for some reason it's putting the railing on. I don't know why it's putting the railing on either, because, you know, they're unticked. Ooh, that's so weird. Oh, actually, I know why it's putting the railing on, and that's because if you remember when we did the entrance area, we have the railings through here. We have these railings, and as far as the game is concerned, all this path here is connected as part of the same grid. So it will actually try and put a uniform look across all of the paths. So that's why the railing's there. I think maybe what I could do here is I could actually just get rid of these 2 bits of path and then just kind of connect it in like this. I think. Yep, so one like that, and then am I going to be able to get another one off? Like this? I would love to. Oh, look at them. They've got toilet roll. Oh, no. That might be their food. I don't know. Yes, that's working. I think. Oh, no. It's kind of connected out here. That's not what I want. Can people get to this one? Let's just... Yeah, people can get into that one, but for some reason they're taking a step down when they walk through, which is absolutely bizarre. So, I mean, I guess we don't need the path to go around like that. What I can do is I can potentially go back. I can go back on here. I can select the grid again. Go back to here and turn this curb on ground queue off. And hopefully that'll work. No? Okay, 2 seconds. Okay, so if I select this grid, I've deleted all the path, and then I've turned the curb off. There we go. Okay, now that's nice. That looks nice. I think people are coming back round to it again. Lovely. Okay, that's sweet. So you can't even see that the path is there at all. That works perfect. And in fact, I can do that round here as well. I didn't know you could do that, to be honest. So I'm going to have a go at doing that as well. I'll probably do that in between episodes. Just delete that piece of path and then put it in with the curb. Or without the curb there, sorry. So yeah, I think that's looking pretty cool now that we've got people going into it. I'm not sure what that's got. I don't think that's anything to do with my pathing, the fact that they're falling down when they go into there. I think that's probably just something to do with the toilet block. But anyway, I think that's going to be it for now. So I'm going to end the episode here. And look at that. That looks pretty damn epic. I don't know if you managed to catch this in the time-lapse, but I was kind of just looking at how it would look when you arrive in the park. So if you come in here, it looks pretty epic, I think. It looks real nice. You get to see the detail there, and when it's got windows on, I think it'll just look, you know, even nicer. But yeah, like I say, I think that's going to do it for now. So thank you very much for watching. If you like the video, do let me know by hitting that like button down below. And if you really like this video and you want to see more and how this park is going to progress, feel free to hit that subscribe button. And like I say, that is all for now. If you missed any previous episodes, do check the playlist in the description. So thanks again for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.